Hi everyone, thank you very much for joining this session for today. My name is Mark van der Veer and I am Product Manager at GripMatix. And today I would like to demonstrate our brand new solution, MetrixInsight for Citrix Logon Simulator. So these are the topics that I would like to discuss today during this session. I will start off with a short introduction about our company and the products that we provide. Also clarify a bit more about why we think you should use SCOM to monitor your Citrix infrastructure. Followed by an introduction about our brand new solution, MetrixInsight for Citrix Logon Simulator. And of course, provide you with a live demonstration about this brand new and really cool solution. So let's get started, shall we? So to start with our company introduction, we are GripMatix, a software vendor based in the Netherlands, and we are the leading provider of SCOM Management Packs exclusively to monitor Citrix-based infrastructures. We truly believe that it is important to focus on a specialization, as the goal of our solutions are to boost the reliability and performance of your IT infrastructure and applications, and therefore ensuring 24/7 continuity and optimal performance for your business. As we have years of experience in IT consulting by ourselves, in both Citrix and monitoring areas, we are able to deliver no-nonsense and high-quality tooling created by Citrix experts for the Citrix experts. So let me first provide you with an overview of the various products and solutions that we are currently offering. Our core solution is called MetrixInsight for Citrix Virtual Apps and Desktops and DaaS, which is basically a bundled SCOM Management Pack solution that enables observability and monitoring for all the components that are important within your Citrix infrastructure. The bundle consists of various management packs, including Citrix Virtual Apps and Desktops, Citrix DaaS, Citrix License Server, Citrix Provisioning Services, Citrix Storefront, and Citrix Federation Authentication Services. Also, our packs integrate seamlessly with Squared Up Dashboard Server for SCOM, for which we also provide a free out-of-the-box dashboard pack, and of course it integrates seamlessly with our OpenAI ChatGPT solution as well. Next in line we have MetrixInsight for NetScaler, which is a management pack to monitor NetScaler ADC instances. And also this management pack provides integration with both Squared Up Dashboard Server for SCOM and our OpenAI ChatGPT solution. New in our portfolio is MetrixInsight for Citrix Logon Simulator, which is the management pack solution to integrate the GripMatix Logon Simulator for Citrix within SCOM, which I will introduce and demonstrate later on in this session. So why should you monitor your Citrix environment with SCOM? Well, we get this question frequently as Citrix customers are often already using point solutions like Citrix Director or Citrix Monitor that comes with the Citrix software out of the box. Well, while these tools are great for day-to-day operations by providing some basic monitoring and remote assistance to your end users on your Citrix platform, it lacks the power of an enterprise monitoring platform like SCOM, as these tools were simply not designed and meant for enterprise monitoring purposes. As a typical IT infrastructure is built up on various components, often based on a mix of various vendors as well, only an enterprise monitoring platform like SCOM, together with the right set of management packs, is able to provide you with true stack monitoring. And with true stack monitoring, we mean the ability to monitor every component within your infrastructure that plays a vital role in delivering virtual apps and desktops from your Citrix platform to your end users. This includes, for example, your server hardware, your storage systems, your network switches, but also generic infrastructure services like DNS or DHCP. It is crucial to monitor these aspects of your infrastructure as well, as without these components, your Citrix infrastructure, like the delivery controllers, may appear running healthy, which tools like Citrix Director would mention in their stack monitoring. But what's the use of a healthy delivery controller if the core infrastructure services where it relies on is not functioning, and therefore your end users are unable to use the resources delivered by your Citrix platform? So that's why we think it is crucial to have an enterprise monitoring system in place that provides a holistic view on your complete IT infrastructure, which includes both the Citrix and the non-Citrix components that form up your complete Citrix stack. Point solutions like Citrix Director and Citrix Monitor fulfill a different purpose, and we believe that they should be used next to SCOM as they complement each other. We often use the metaphor that SCOM is basically your set of binoculars to see the whole picture, and Citrix Director and Citrix Monitor are providing the microscope to zoom in and delve into specific areas of your infrastructure. Our solutions are enriching SCOM by providing management packs for the Citrix components marked in green. And together with other management packs of other vendors, whether it is Microsoft or another third party, it provides true stack monitoring for your Citrix infrastructure. And now let's talk about our brand new solution, MetrixInsight for Citrix Logon Simulator. MetrixInsight for Citrix Logon Simulator is a solution that consists of an advanced Citrix Logon Simulator, named the GripMatix Logon Simulator for Citrix, and it is complemented with a SCOM Management Pack to integrate the simulator within SCOM. While MetrixInsight for Citrix Virtual Apps and Desktops and DAS was already able to provide real user transaction monitoring, this solution will enhance your monitoring strategy by providing monitoring for synthetic logon transactions. The solution offers monitoring and visibility from an end user's perspective in the various logon phases that exist when using a Citrix platform to deliver virtual applications and desktops. MetrixInsight for Citrix Logon Simulator offers various advantages in addition to real user monitoring. By using synthetic transactions that can run anytime, 24 hours a day, issues can be detected before affecting real users, which typically only use your Citrix platform at a certain amount of hours within a day. So by continuously running synthetic transaction, user transaction monitoring can be performed without the actual need of real users working on your Citrix platform. By monitoring the various stages within a logon sequence, it provides detailed information that can be used for identification and quick problem resolution. Especially when using multiple logon simulators from various geographical locations, the availability and performance of your Citrix infrastructure can be tested and made be visible end-to-end from an end-user perspective. So basically, the architecture looks like this. You can deploy one or more Windows endpoints in your network, running one or more GripMatix Logon Simulator instances on them, and each instance uses a specific set of credentials to be used to start a specific resource on your Citrix platform. By installing the SCOM agent on the Windows endpoint as well, the results of the logon simulations are reported to your SCOM platform. Alerting and performance data can be viewed within the native SCOM console, or if you're using Squared Up Dashboard Server for SCOM, we provided dashboard for it as well. Each Logon Simulator instance also has a local user interface, as you can see in this screen. So you can see what it is actually doing. The Logon Simulator simulates and captures a real user session transaction on your Citrix platform. from connecting and authenticating to storefront, to enumerate your resources, starting your session, and log on to your resource. And finally, log off again to repeat the sequences in customizable intervals. All these logon steps are recorded and logged within your SCOM platform by using the SCOM Management Pack that comes with the solution. It alerts you whenever a failed or slow logon has been detected, and it enables detailed logon analysis and issue identification. Like our other solutions, also for MetrixInsight for Logon Simulator, we provide out-of-the-box dashboards for use in Squared Up Dashboard Server for SCOM. Well, I guess that's enough talk for now. It is time to show you the solution in action by means of a live demonstration. Let's go. So first I would like to demonstrate how straightforward the process is to configure a GripMatix Logon Simulator instance and start an actual simulation. In this example, I have configured a Windows endpoint that has direct network access to our storefront environment, and I have installed the GripMatix Logon Simulator software, which is basically a straightforward next finish exercise. I can now simply start the GripMatix Logon Simulator and start configuring the simulation by providing some environment details, like the Citrix URL, provide the username that is being used during the simulations, the password that belongs to this particular user. And when I click on the button Get Resources, it will authenticate based on these credentials to the storefront environment and enumerate all the resources where this particular user is authorized for. So you can see here in the pull-down menu all the resources that are available for this user. So let's just select the first resource. It is a server-based computing desktop. And here on the right side, you can adjust some additional configuration parameters, like the interval before logoff, the total iterations this simulation needs to run, and the repeat interval, which defines the amount of seconds that it needs to wait between a logged off session and to start a new session again. But for now, let's just keep them default and just hit the yellow button Start Simulation. There you go. The simulation is running, and you can see the various stages within a logon next to the actual screen of the user session. So it's currently connecting to the session. And now it's performing the actual logon on the session. And there you go. The user has logged on in his virtual desktop session. So it is good to know that you can actually run more simultaneously simulation instances next to each other. So I can just double click on the GripMatix Logon Simulator and it will pop up with a new instance. And in this example, I will just use a predefined settings file. And as you can see, it is using another user and another resource. So also I can click again on Start Simulation, and it will run this simulation to another resource next to the other simulation. So in this way, you can use multiple GripMatix Logon Simulator instances from the same Windows endpoint. So this demonstrated how it looks at the client side where the actual Logon Simulator runs. Now let's have a look at the monitoring side by using the SCOM console. So here I have opened a Operation Manager console, and I have navigated to the MetrixInsight for Citrix Logon Simulator folder and selected the topology view. And the topology view gives a nice overview of all the Logon Simulator Windows endpoints that are currently available within your environment. And as mentioned before, each Windows endpoint can contain multiple simulation instances at the same time. So for example, if I open this specific Windows endpoint where the Citrix Logon Simulator is installed, you can see that currently there are 2 simulation instances running on this specific endpoint. So if I click on one simulation, it provides you with some more details about the configuration of this specific simulation. So you can see the storefront URL that is being used, the user that is configured for this simulation, and the resource that it is starting. Also, you can see the additional parameters like the repeat interval of the simulation and the amount of seconds for the interval before log-off value. So you can see that these simulations are currently running healthy because they have a green check mark. So let's navigate to a Windows endpoint that has a warning sign. So if I click on this specific endpoint, I can drill down. And there you can see that there are 2 simulations running and one is in a warning state. So if I click on this specific simulation, I can see again all the details for this specific simulation. And from here, I can open the Health Explorer. So it opens up the Health Explorer and I can see there's a warning regarding the logon duration. So that means that the threshold for the logon duration has been exceeded and therefore the monitor changed into a warning state. So we can see more details about this state change by checking out the state change events. And as you can see here, you see that it became a warning, and here you can see all the details. So it shows that the logon simulation was succeeded. It was done by this specific user on this specific resource. And below you can see all the various stages that exist within a typical logon sequence to a Citrix resource. So you can see for each stage whether or not it has been succeeded and how long it took. But you can also see here that stage number 10, which is logging on to the HDX session, took almost 80 seconds. And it resulted that the total logon duration took 86 seconds, which is pretty long. So that's why this specific monitor was being triggered. So just an example about how you can use the topology view to drill down into a specific simulation instance to check the health state and to see what is actually going on. So let me give you an example of another view that is available within the management pack. So I navigate to the simulation section. And here you can see a glance overview of all the simulations that are running within our environment, all with a health state, all with the endpoint where the simulations are running on, the name of the simulations, the storefront URL being used, the user that is being used for the simulation, the resources, and the repeat interval. So I would like to clarify this particular field because apparently these simulation instances are marked for deletion. And marked for deletion basically means that this simulation instance used to run, but apparently it stopped running. So this is also important to monitor because you want to know if a simulation endpoint is still working, because basically you need to monitor your monitor, right? So you want to know if a simulation instance is still running or not. Well, apparently there are 2 simulation instances running on the Robot 01 that have stopped working. So that's also the reason why the health state of these specific simulation instances became critical. So if I open up the Health Explorer, you can see that one of the failure reasons is that the logon simulator is not available anymore. It stopped simulating logons. So yeah, it's important to monitor that as well. If I grab another example, here we see another critical state of this particular simulation. If I open up the Health Explorer, you can see that there were simulation failures for this specific simulation instance. So if I navigate to the state change event, I can see that the simulation has been failed. As you can see here, the logon simulation result is failed, and that occurred for this particular user connecting to this specific VDI desktop resource. And here we can see again all the various logon stages. And it also shows you here the root cause stage. So you can see that it occurred in stage 7, and the error message was there were no workstations available to service this request. So that could mean that the delivery group for this resource was exhausted. So that means so this delivery group was not able to provide a new desktop to the specific user. So another example that our logon simulator is able to detect whether or not a logon has been succeeded or has been failed. So let's navigate to the dashboard section. So I will hide the navigation pane to get a better view. And within this dashboard, I can select multiple simulation instances. So for example, I can select this one, and I can select this one. And now I can easily compare the performance data of these two specific simulation instances next to each other. So it plots all the data in the fields here below. So you can see here the separate stages. And I can easily compare the values next to each other. And it gives an overview of the current active alerts. So I will also navigate to the alert section. So here you can see all the current alerts that are active within the environment. And from here, I can also open Health Explorer again. See the details about this specific alert. So the last thing I want to show within the console is the transaction section. So within this view, you can easily see all the transactions that occurred in our environment. So for example, I can select this transaction, which was a successful logon transaction. I can see here all the details. It succeeded, and the total logon duration was 21 seconds. And here I can see also a failed transaction. So I can click on that one. And if I click on that transaction, I can easily scroll down to see more details about this transaction, why it has been failed. As you can see, it has failed in stage 7. There were not enough workstations available to service the request. So let's have one final peek at the logon stage performance data. So if I click here on this particular view, I can easily plot the various performance data regarding the logon to HDX session from the various logon simulations next to each other. So now let's have a look at the squared up dashboard. So here you can see the logon simulator instances within the squared up dashboard. As you can see here within this section, you see all the currently active logon simulations. And if you scroll down, you can see an overview of the top 5 average logon stage durations. And here on the right side, an overview of the total logon durations in seconds, the logon stage durations, and an overview of the alerts. And as you probably noticed, in this particular widget, you can see that there are apparently a few logons that have a pretty high logon durations compared to the rest of the logons. And I can hover over this particular logon duration, and I can see the details regarding this logon duration. So I can see for which resource and for which user that logon is applicable to. So from here, I can drill down to see more details. And as you can see, apparently for this user on this resource, the total logon duration consistently takes more than 80 seconds. And if I scroll a little bit more below, I can easily identify that that delay occurs in stage 10 when the user is logging on into the HDX session. So that concludes the demonstration of our brand new MetrixInsight for Citrix Logon Simulation solution. We can imagine you became excited to try it out by yourself. And the good news is we have an experience center in place from which we can provide you access to try out our solutions by yourself by using either the SCOM Management Console or the squared up dashboards. You can request access by navigating to the URL mentioned in this slide. That would conclude the session as well. So thank you very much for attending. I hope it was informative. And please do not hesitate to reach out to us if you have any questions. Thank you very much again, and have a great day. Bye-bye.